Hey, I'm Mr. Deppe of the Greenville University Papyrus, and today we're going to interview some students, faculty, and Sodexo employees about their thoughts on the Sodexo food services, the DC, the union, and just gather some different opinions and see what different people think. So, let's go do that. Hi, do you go to the DC or the union?
Yeah, sometimes.
What are your thoughts on those?
I guess I like the convenience of it because if I don't feel like leaving and going too far, I can just run over there and get something to eat.
Yeah.
That. But I feel like the DC has lots of options to where I can kind of figure out what I want to eat. Like I could have salad, or I could have pizza, or I could get a burger, or like if I were to go to my house and eat, like I'd have to eat whatever was in my house versus having some different options. So even if it's not necessarily if it's the same options every day, then it's still different options than if I went to my house and had a cheese sandwich or something every single day. So.
Hi. Do either of you go to the DC?
Not really.
Not as much anymore.
Why is that?
A lot of the food I don't eat, or I don't like it, or I have to finesse a way to make something really good. And that's too much work, or I just don't like the food.
Yeah, there's some days I eat the same thing and it gets really annoying and boring, and so I'm like, what's the point of going anymore? The changes they made at the DC don't really seem significant to me, but I think they could do more. I like fruit, so it'd be nice to have more fruit than what they have.
That's fair. That's a pretty popular recommendation. Do you go to the DC?
I do go to the DC every day.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's gotten a lot better over the first 2 years. Freshman year it was pretty iffy, but I would probably go there for almost any meal.
Do you think there's any improvements Sodexo could make with, just anything?
I think it would be cool to do a cook your own kind of thing, where instead of all the employees cook it, you put a bunch of stuff together. So maybe something you don't have to cook. I don't know. Just more do it yourself kind of shit.
So, as a worker of Sodexo, how do you like it or not like it?
It can be a very frustrating experience at some points. Just sometimes working, always when you work with people, there's always the potential for miscommunication or frustration, or just you just don't understand how to work with people. And also, customers, you people, you can be annoying. I'll just say.
What do you think about the sort of, negative reputation the DC has on campus?
I might be a little biased. I prefer the union to the DC, food quality-wise. You come here if you want better food, handmade by an artesian chef, I might add. You go up to the DC if you just kind of want to eat.
I am a vegetarian and try to eat vegan most of the time, so I do not like the DC or the union because there's no friendly options for me.
But eating there in the past, was there anything you particularly liked or didn't like?
The quality of the food seems to be pretty low. I really like black bean burgers, but the ones at the DC are really hard to order and they're usually burnt.
So what kind of recommendations, suggestions, or just general input would you like to share that you think would, help out?
I would like to see the DC and the union become more vegetarian and vegan friendly.
What kind of things as Sodexo employees do either or both of you, have to go through that maybe students don't recognize or perhaps appreciate?
Well, I know on Sunday, which is normally our busiest day, I come in 2-3 hours early before we actually open to prepare the fryer to be completely cleaned out, fresh, sanitized, washed out, so you guys can get fresh food.
And so everything has to be stocked up ahead of time. Everything's prepared fresh. We have to cook off the chicken, and we have to make the wraps and the salads, and nothing is we don't buy that from anyone. We make it all here, make it all fresh. So there's a whole lot of preparation that goes into just opening for the day.
And being a student and also working for Sodexo here, I get to hear both sides. So I hear Sodexo side and I hear students' commentaries too about the food. So I know some students don't like the food at the DC just based off of taste or sometimes quality. But they do love the food here at the Union just because of the variety that they get to have. The service that we provide down here is always energetic, so the students love that.
I've been going to the DC for the last 4 years. So when I first started going, I didn't really have anything to compare it to. So the food was decent. There was always something to eat. It wasn't always what I wanted, but there was food. Last year they had some themed nights in the DC, and they've started doing that a little more this year also, from what I hear. I think that's a really good idea to have different types of food, having Mexican, Chinese. I think we should get a sushi bar here, but that's just me. I don't necessarily trust the sushi in Illinois, but if they got it from the right place, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Good. The hours are the same as they've always been. We have some of the longest hours that I know of for campuses our size. We're open from 7:30 until 9 o'clock for breakfast. The only thing we trimmed off was the continental breakfast. We still have continental breakfast items out, but we carved that time off to run more efficient labor because we just weren't having that many students showing up quite past 9 o'clock. We do a rolling close, and the rolling close is where the last 30 minutes or so of our lunch period and our dinner period, we take our meals and we roll them over into just a few stations so we can take the savings that we have on labor and be able to provide the student requested meal exchange program down at the snack bar because it did impact our labor. So we're adjusting our labor costs so that we can spend the money down at the snack bar to do a better job down there. I'm always looking for new changes. I'm looking for new ways to listen to the students, to find ways to respond to the things that are being said. One of the reasons why we have almond milk, the silk milk, the cereal options, the waffle bar. We have additional pizzas that we offer, additional stations, a bigger variety at our salad bars. The reason we have all the upgrades with LTOs and simply to go items as well as the meal exchanges at the snack bar are all in response to student requests.
All right, so we got a lot of different opinions from different people, and we got some really cool insights from the catering manager. It was really informative and a lot of fun, and thanks for watching.